Facebook Live. Facebook Live, we have arrived. One more time, y'all. Let's get ready to get in. Who can tell me the date? What's today's date? The 20th? Today the 20th?
Yep, it's the 20th.
Let's get it in, y'all.
Conference muted. Conference recording started.
I want to thank everybody for chiming in. This is Watchman Derrick Yisrael, also known as Pastor Derrick, on the evening scripture study on this 20th day in September of 2021. I apologize, y'all. I am so tired. I'm just admitting it. So, prayerfully, I'm going to get some rest. But I got to let the Ruach, use me on the day. Thank the Most High for Yakuwan, Johanna, Francis, Kuala Yahoo, Bates up in the building, Yanessa Yahoo up in the building, Halu Yahuwah. As y'all chiming in, now again, primarily normally on Mondays I would teach the leadership class, but the Most High got me, going public with it. There's some things I got to deal with. So the Ruah would have me, I gather, to continue to go public. So that's where we at. Okay. Yeah. Let's go to Hebrews, y'all. Hebrews 10, and we're going to begin at the 25th verse. Brianna, Leslie, Miss Sutton. I pray you ladies are Brooke. Let's pray, y'all. Shalom, shalom. 25, Johanna, 10 and 25. Let's pray. Spirit of the Most High, we love you and thank you for this opportunity to come before you, humble to know how. We're in your presence because we love you and we need you. We need a relevant word from you on the day. Send that relevant word that we may continue to prosper in you and your spirit. We need you desperately. We're depending on you. We're casting our cares upon you, knowing that you care. Send that life, a changing word that we may continue the transformation process, and we'll be careful you to praise and not now but forever. In the matched name Yahushua, we humbly pray. Hallelujah, Yahuwah, and Amen. Let's deal with this, y'all. Let's deal with it. I want y'all to see this, right? Look at this. Look at this. Look what this say. Frank Cooks, good to see you on Battle in the building. Yup. Look what it said, 10:25. It said, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. This is do you know the times we're living in, how foreign this scripture is to people, even though almost everybody know it? Sweetheart, good to see you on. Do you know how many people know this scripture? but don't do it. How many of y'all, from a theological standpoint, right? How many of y'all freelancers? How many of y'all freelancers? And what I mean by freelancers is, you know, in your spirit, you believe too, because you got some folks that love the Most High that do this. So from a theological standpoint, they have a spiritual position, right? You got spiritual freelancers to whereas they basically, come and go as they please. They believe like the Ruah led them over here, and then led them over there, and then led them over here, and then there. Savoir-faire, I'm everywhere. But, and they believe that from a theological standpoint, right? When you look at Corinthians, right? When you look at 1 Corinthians 12, and it describes the body, right? It describes the body, and it describes that, we're all members in particular, of that body. Jeff, good to see you on. Yada, Cole, good to see you as well. Shalom, shalom, brother. But, we make up a body. Ephesians 4 teaches it well. 1 Corinthians 12. The whole, Old Testament teaches it, period. Moshe was ordained to be over the children of Yisrael. And though he appointed elders, they was a part of that one self-same ministry. And the Tanakh, the Old Testament, draws a picture of how Moshe did his job being led by the Most High, and when people bucked up against him, the Most High opened the earth and swallowed them and closed the earth or crushed, killed them and their whole families and all their belongings. And there was a passing of the baton, but it ended up being passed to Yahusha, or who we know to be who we know to be Joshua, right? And so, there was always structure. Even, what's his name? Ananias, when he ran away, the book of Philemon, and he ran away, and Shaul sent a letter to Philemon and said, receive him as a brother, not as a slave, receive him as a brother, treat him like you would treat me. I'm sending him back. Why would he send him back? There's supposed to be appropriate treatment, but why would he send him back? The Bible teaches like the laying hands of the presbytery, right? I'm being honest with you. Like with social media, it serves as little pulpits and platforms for freelancers. Now, I'm not trying to hate on nobody. I'm just teaching, y'all. I'm just teaching. Yada, I'm trying to teach, man. That's it. Help me, Yada. Coach Don Deems, good to see you on, right? Who touches on scriptures like, what is that, Hebrews 13? When it says, obey them that had a rule over you, for they watch for your soul, and they must give account? What is that all about? But see, pride mixed with religion causes people to learn a few scriptures and they anoint and ordain themselves. There was no laying on the hands of the presbytery. Folks is just go learn a couple scriptures and they just out there. And that's why you get so many different camps, so many different doctrines. You know, in Corinthians 1 and 10, right? It says, you know, I beseech you, I beg you by the name of Yahushua that you all speak the same thing and that there be no division among you, but that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind and the same judgment. All this freelance run, you know. But look what this say. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to at least give y'all a theological platform to work from so I can teach this lesson, right? Listen to what it says. It says, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is. You got plenty of people to do this. As the manner of some is. We're living in the time where this is it. Now, to protect that, and I hope it's cold, you know, I can teach so many things so many different ways, right? But it's cold when you tell the truth. And the truth destroys some people. Bill Reed, my brother, good to see you on, man. We need to talk and catch up. Yeah. Message me your number again. I got a new phone. Message me your number, Bill. But listen, like, I'm just going to say it because I'm trying to get you spiritually ready for what I'm about to teach, right? But you know how it says in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, right? When it says, you know, the Most High shall send you a strong delusion that you will believe a lie, that they all might be damned who have not the love of the truth. See, you got to have a spiritual mind in order for the Most High to reveal to you what he's really talking about. You know, the word teaches the letter killeth, but it's the ruah to give life. You can go in the book and come out with a whole bunch of law and letter, but it killeth. That's not what gives eternal life. It's the ruah. It's the spirit. It's the spirit of the Most High that unravels truth. You'll get the life out of the word, right? So now I'm going to say what I was going to say. We're going into a time to where you're going to have to be able to get in touch with the Most High on your own. Right? On your own. Straight, I'm being honest with you. On your own. But it's not that you chose that. Being led by the spirit of pride. It's me and the Most High against the world. You know how folks, it's me and God against the world. You know how folks is with that. No, it don't work like that. But a lot of people had that because they caught up in pride. You know, they want to say, you can't trust man. Well, the Mashiach was a man. And when the rich young ruler called him good, right? He said, there's none good but Yah. There's only one good. He didn't give credit to the flesh, but you can't discredit his flesh. You couldn't leave his ministry and start another one talking about he just a man. But again, the letter killed it. It's the ruah to get life. When you don't have the proper understanding of the word, right? When you're carnal, the word don't work for you. See, the carnal mind, Romans the 8th chapter, right? The carnal mind is enmity against Yah. It's not subject to the law of Yah, neither indeed can be. There is a state of mind that's allergic to truth. And the letter killed it. They can get the letter, though. They can get the letter, right? And they can quote scripture because they got the letter. But they can't live it. They ain't going to be able to do it. They're not going to be delivered from sin. They just going to be a sinner saved by grace type of a person. Come on, y'all. I'm trying to tell you something. So listen. There is going to come a time to where it's, you know, like I say, if they cut off the internet, if they cut off the boots on the ground, you know, people dying from what they would call, another variant? What would they call it? Could be the results of the stuff they're putting in people. But people would believe them. But for whatever reason that there would be boots on the ground, economy crash, you know, they cut off the PG&E to the country, whatever they might do, right? You might have to go for your own personal relationship based on the circumstances, right? It's like, boy, I could teach so much. I don't want to teach too much, but not in this one lesson. So we should assemble, like the words say, long as we can. If a circumstance that's out of your control, then you got to do what you got to do, right? But the word is teaching, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Why? Because there is his ruah. His ruah works in his body, and there's structure, and everything's supposed to be done decently in order. It's structure. To run in a household of Yah, it's structure. He's the head. We're members in particular, but he has an under shepherd. He has someone that he anointed and ordained, that had the anointing passed by the laying on the hands of the discipler, of the preacher, of the watchman. The mantle was passed, like Moses passed, Elijah passed it to Elisha, and so on and so forth, right? That's how it worked. It's perpetrated from the beginning of the ecclesia up until now. That ain't dead. And up under those guidelines, you're not supposed to forsake. Folks hopping around. Folks got to stay in the mind, it's me and God against the world. What? It don't work like that. And you can't spread that. You can't teach that. You're spreading damnation to yourself. You would be a false prophet. You'd be working for Hasatan now. Calling on the name of Yah, but working for Hasatan. The adversary, the spirit of the enemy. Listen, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. This is what they say, don't do it. Do not forsake the assembling of ourselves together, because there's structure there. There's wisdom there. There's even correction and rebuke, like Yada was saying. Yeah. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is. Some folks is doing it. He's telling you, don't do that. You can't do that. You'll end up spiritually weird. A weirdo. You can't just hop around. This ain't no smorgasbord. You just hop around Cassidy. It don't work like people be spiritually weird because they pick up a little something everywhere they go. And a lot of it ain't true what they pick up. And then they're all confused. When I was growing up, my mama didn't let us go eat at other people's house. She taught us to say no thank you. We couldn't just say no, we had to say no thank you. But we got in trouble if she found out we ate at somebody's house. You know what I mean? You don't know if they wash their hands or what you just don't know. You don't know what's happening. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. Let me tell you something. This is a bad time to be backsliding. I'm talking about an incredibly bad time as you see the day approaching. You ain't paying attention to what's going on? Good to see you on, Beverly. You ain't seeing the signs of the time? Do you see what's happening? You got folks, unfortunately, that's digressing, backing away from the Most High. Having a form of godliness, denying the power thereof. And if you're not careful, those type of people will lead you astray as well. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. You're not supposed to do that. It goes against the word. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some men. There's people you can look at and see that they do that. That's what they do. It's telling you don't do that. Why would the word use a demographic of people as an example? There's people that's doing that. And the word said it. This ain't gossip. The word said, do not forsake the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is. Like spotlight on them. Look at them. As the manner of some is. A statement like that causes you to look at those that do that. And it's warning you, telling you, you better not be like that. But do the opposite. Look what it say. You know what the opposite of forsaking the assembly? Exhorting one another, and so much the more. encouraging one another. Whatever gift you got, you're encouraging me. Did you know when you chime in or when you walk in the room, it encourages me? Especially if you're going through all kind of stuff. You're going through all kind of situations that should stop you. But the power of the Ruah causes you to show up anyhow. You're persevering. Your money ain't right. Your family ain't right. Your life ain't going right. Whatever the heck is going on, you done chimed in again. Not feeling well, not doing well, going through mind battles, not spiritually, just it's rough right now. But yet, ding, you chime in faithfully. You're not on some more. Oh, where you been? Oh, I've been with another ministry. Hey, when the Most High set up assemblies, he set up assemblies according to how he pleased, what he choose, and he put you there. You got some folks. Have you heard this before? These seasons. Oh, I'm there for a season. Who taught you that? What you mean you there for a season? I hear big name preachers talk about that. Well, what does that mean? I've never seen here for a season scripture in my life. I've seen the office of an evangelist that would be there for a season because they're going around planting ecclesias. They're ordained elders and they're ordaining elders and they're going around planting apostles. I've seen that. But you talking about lay people that get saved, they don't have hands laid on them to be sent because you got to grow in maturity. You got to grow up in maturity and be mature. The Most High got to be able to trust you with sexy people, with disrespectful people. The Most High got to be able to trust you with money. Most High got to trust you that you're going to show up and be faithful to a ministry. So if he ever anoints you, then you're going to be faithful. You're not going to get your feelings hurt and quit. Your man leave you, you gone. Your woman leave you, gone. You mess around and got somebody in the choir pregnant and all that. You got to be proven faithful before he passed the buck to you. Wakita, good to see you on. You got folks that run around talking about, oh, I'm there for a season. Show me that scripture. You can't. That's the spirit of rebellion. That's the spirit of hop around. You just hopping there for a season. You're there. What? What you planting choirs? What you so Most High got you there to plant a choir and lead? Who taught you that? Who told you that foolishness? Richard, good to see you on. Mark Logan, always a pleasure, sir. It causes you to be like a runaway. Come on, somebody. Yeah. Come on, somebody. I'm there for a season. Show me that scripture. You can't. Post it. Post, I'm there for a season. Or you mean you there until you get your feelings hurt? Till you get offended? Till you didn't get the man you wanted or the woman you wanted? You didn't get the position in the ministry you want? Come on, talk. The word says, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is. Some folks is going to do it because they're carnal. You know what? I'm going to tell you real talk. And I talked this before. I got to do it again. But I'm telling you right now. The children of Yisrael appreciated the Most High delivering them out of Egypt, out of the trouble they was in. But they sure hated being in the wilderness with him because he held them accountable. And people don't like accountability. People mix their natural age, their natural maturity with their spirituality. And because they grown in the flesh, they want to act grown in the spirit. And you can't tell them nothing. I'm a man just like you. You got that type stuff. I'm a woman just like I'm grown. You get that spirit that comes in. That's why one of the things that happened when we got saved, y'all, is you had to repent, right? You had to turn from you. Now, say if you were 60 and you had to repent and you had to turn from you, right? Well, look at Corinthians, what is it, the third chapter? It calls you newborn babes, desiring the sincere milk of the word. That's talking to a 60 or 70 or 80-year-old. Let's talk to a 30-year-old. Let's talk to someone that had their 23rd birthday. It's talking to folks that think they're grown anyway, that in the world will be considered grown. But yet in the Ruah, in the spirit, you starting all over. You got to be born again. And there's people that's younger than you that's been serving them longer than you. And the Ruah is the one that's running the ecclesia. It's the Ruah, the Most High, that runs the ecclesia. And we all got to humble ourselves no matter how grown you thought you were. The grown part of you is supposed to be mortified, killed, and you're supposed to learn to be raised in the Ruah. I'm teaching hard, y'all. Y'all can get this today or get mad at me. But it's true. And we got to get not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. You know what it takes to assemble? Do you know what that takes? That takes preferring one another over ourselves. Did you know? Did you know that takes forgiving one another? Did you know that? In order for you not to forsake the assembling, you're going to have some misunderstandings, some disagreements, and you got to walk in the spirit of love, in the Ruah. You got to be forgiving or you won't be forgiven. You're going to be challenged in order to assemble. You don't have to. Sometimes you're going to assemble with some folks you not feeling right now. You don't feel too good about them right now. And the only thing the Ruah gonna do is tell you got a lot of nerve not feeling somebody as scandalous as you is. That's the only thing the Ruah gonna do. Is hold up the mirror of the word so you can see yourself. To show you that you ain't better than nobody else, and it will cause you to love. It will teach you how to love. That's accountability. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves, it's easy to say, but he had to order you not to forsake because you're going to have a reason not to. Things going to happen in your life that you ain't going to be happy about. You going to get your feelings hurt. People in the ecclesia is going to hurt you. Go against you or you against them. That's why he had to order you. It ain't easy all the time. It ain't fun all the time. Brianna, I'm trying to tell you, listen, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Oh, my season is up over there. No, you just got an alt. That's all. You just carnal. Now, if your season is up, get rid of that season talk, because that's false doctrine. That's rebellion. That's I'm grown. That's you picking assemblies for the wrong reason. You should be a part of assembly because the word is coming and it's transforming you. You're changing and you're growing and you're learning about y'all on a whole nother level, on a spiritual level. That's why you should join the ecclesia. And once you join, that's where you at. Ain't no doggone season. Season. You got a reason? You got a reason to leave? Oh, that my season is up. You tried to date? Well, who was you trying to date that didn't work out? Tell the truth. Who rolling their eyes at you and now you don't want to be there no more? They was rolling their eyes at you when you first got there. But you had an agenda. And if your agenda don't work, then the rolling eyes bother you. Oh, my season is up. Can I talk to you? My season is up. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together causes one to be mature in loving one another, forbearing one another, putting up one another, forgiving one another. When you got a carnal fest with a bunch of jokers with suits on and big old hats, and everybody screwing and cussing and funny style and fighting for position, and it's a religious fest, you shouldn't have been there in the first place. You couldn't have been there for y'all. You had to be because they got money and a bunch of cars. Folks like religion. Folks like religion. Folks like jumping around, flopping, hairdos flopping, and folks dance, cutting rugs. And folks like praise break. Folks like that mess. But some folks is there because they were sinners. They were committing fornication and adultery. They were selling dope. They're shooting at folks. In and out of prison, they tired. They tired of sin. They see this wicked world and they want Yah. Now that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother level, y'all. Listen. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. So now we're learning that in order to assemble, you're going to assemble even when you don't feel like it. Yeah, because you're going to mortify the deeds of the flesh. You're going to kill your flesh. Your flesh profit nothing in this race. Oh, I'm mad at such and such, so I ain't coming. What? Yeah, go on up the street go on up to that fake church. Go and find one of them fake sweaty neck churches where the pastor's screwing there. Gone. That don't work in a true ecclesia. Nah. You mad. So now you ain't got to do what the word say? Listen, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. You can but see, again, when you, in order to have a good ministry, you got to have a core. This is leadership class, ain't it? To have a good ministry, you got to have a core of people that love Yah. And that's there for Yah. I keep telling you what the Mashiach said. He said, come in my Father's name and you receive me not. If another should come in his own name, him you're going to receive. In other words, the Mashiach didn't have another agenda. His flesh, his agenda, he didn't have no agenda. He come in his Father's name. He come to represent his Father only. When someone else come with an agenda, that's that church mess. They there because they want to be over the choir. They there because it's somebody they want to go to bed with. They trying to get hitched. Oh, can I tell the truth? Come on, somebody. Woods, good to see you on. Folks be having agendas. Yeah, sweaty neck ministries with tight t-shirts on and like little boys. But they got a bunch of money though. They got a bunch of money, they got prosperity, they got a whole bunch of fancy cars parked in the parking lot. Yeah, you try to get on their payroll. All that mess that the Most High is going to destroy. Listen, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together is a command because he got to force us to deal with one another with a commitment. And obey them that have a rule for you, or the rule over you, for they watch for your soul, because they got to give an account. There's accountability. Folks don't like accountability. You ain't going to tell me what to do. You get your feelings hurt, now I can't tell you what to do. Now I'm a false prophet again. I used to be cool, now I ain't no more, I guess, huh? Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Why are you forsaken? Ain't no such thing as no sabbatical. You take it is for carnal folk. What you get to? Can I leave? Can I just walk away from y'all? Hey, y'all, I'll be back next. I just need to clear my head. Can I do that? Can you do? Who in there? Who in there? Should I do that? Ask you who in there can do that? Who in there here for a season? Hey, do we got any seasonal folks in here? I want to meet you. Can somebody type, I'm seasonal. I'm here for a season. Until the Most High say, you ordained. If you evangelist, if the Most High laid hands on you, and you let me know that you coming through to help the ministry grow, and then you're going to go from day one, then we can talk. But other than that, if the word attracted you and you're growing, what, you waiting to get your feelings hurt? What I got to walk on eggshells? What, I can't tell your breath stink? Well, it do. And the Most High wanted me to tell you that. So you can do something about it. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together is for a reason. We're in the washing machine process. If we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship one with another, and the blood of Yahushua cleanses us from all sin. It's a cleansing process to assemble, for you to deal with me and for me to deal with you. We'll learn Ruach style conflict resolution. If we get into it, sit down and let's talk about it. You get funny. I remember I was throwing this big event, and this woman was on mass control, and she had the hallway. I be dealing with her because, you know, we all do whatever we do. And she's a pastor. We do what we do. And you know, she watch how I move. You know, I'm moving the Ruach. I'm not, you know, whatever they on, be on it, right? You know, I bring oxygen. But back to my point. It was at this big spot I got, a big television thing or whatever. And anyway, make a long story short, I walked in, and I threw the event though, mind you. This is my event. I got big corporate sponsors there and everything. Anyway, I walk up in there. Patrol don't know that I'm really throwing it. See me and let me have it. Oh, you ain't, Me, you know how I am. I got so much on my mind, right? I said, excuse me? I said, okay, wear your mask. She went there with, I said, I didn't recognize her at first. And I said, oh, okay, I'm going to go to the car and get it. Right? So I turned around to leave. Yeah, you better. And I turned around and said, wait a minute. Why are you talking to me like that? Yeah. And she's still like barking at me. I said, hold on, ma'am. We're a bunch of believers here, and maybe you don't know I'm a pastor. She said, I'm a pastor too. I said, well, you talking to me like that? And you a pastor? I said, oh, now I remembered her. I should have known, like I said, I'd be having so much on my mind. And I said, you know what? You're right. You are a pastor. And so now you disrespected me and you loud talking me in front of people. So you and I got to talk about it. You know that woman told me, no, I ain't got to talk to you. I said, the word told you got to talk to me. If I'm offended, you just offended me. And now I want to work it out so we don't keep doing this. Let's talk. I ain't got to talk. Yeah, you a pastor. You mean to tell me you that old and y'all, you don't know you have to talk to me? You get to tell me you ain't. Did you know any of y'all, if I offend you and you want to talk to me, do you know I have to talk to you? I can't be like, I ain't talking to you. That's that world. Where y'all get that mess from, y'all? That stuff, there's no place in the ecclesia for that. Yeah, a straight Karen, a Hebrew Karen. A Gentile-minded Hebrew Karen. But who on here now listening can tell me that if I'm offended with you, you did something that offended me, and I say, let's talk. Who is finna snitch on themselves and prove how carnal they is, yawless they are, having a form of yawliness, but denying the power thereof they are. How spiritually immature and baby saint they are by telling me you ain't got to talk. Yeah, you got to talk. And so do I. And so do anybody else. If you go to one of these fake preachers and you say, brother, you've been preaching something or, whatever, and I'm offended, I want to talk. Brother, I ain't talking to you. Then that you just found one of them cats. He not led by the Ruach. Y'all don't give you permission. He said if you're offended with your brother, go to him. And if you believe they're offended with you, go to him. Ain't no, you don't want to talk? We're supposed to seek unity. I'm trying to teach you something. Listen. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Look what it says. Beverly, that's that carnal church stuff. That's the motherboard mad. The ushers don't get along with the cooks. That's not y'all. Y'all don't have nothing. That is not y'all. That is a religious mess. That's a social club. That's when the deacons own the church and tell the pastor what to do. And if he said anything wrong, they're going to vote him out. That ain't Bible. That's some junk. That's some Catholicized. The stuff people believe. Anyway, let me try to teach this. Okay, y'all. I won't be good, but I'm going to tell you the truth today. Listen, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Who got permission? No, I ain't dealing with them. You just tell it on yourself. You ain't ready for no ministry. You're not ready for no position in the ecclesia. You can't be trusted. You're carnal. You ain't no telling what you gonna do. You can't be, if some souls follow you, they'll get their spiritual heads cut off messing with you. You wake up on the wrong side of the bed. You work for Satan now. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, right? Whoever is a part of the ecclesia, part of the ministry, they got accountability. You got oiled down, Miss Picard, right? they oily, they slippery, right? They come through for a minute, and then they slip on off. You feel me? And they slide back on, and then they, you grab them, they just slip. You squeeze it, they'll pop. They poop. They end up across the street. All down. Can't get your hands on them. There's accountability. There's accountability, and I'm trying to tell. Good to see you on, Charmaine, There's accountability. And whenever somebody is in and out all around, you can't depend on them. Did you know when the word teachers say, give the duties to those that are faithful? When you have ministry, you're supposed to be able to deal with people that's faithful, that's not going to get drunk, not going to get high, not on dope, not going to screw everybody in the ecclesia, not going to cuss folks out, can't get along with nobody. What you running? This ain't a truck stop. This is the house of Yah. The Mashiach went inside of there and they selling doves and selling animals. They popping their collar, making money. Now he ran them up. Get up out of here. This is a house of prayer. This is not for a den of thieves and robbers. What we got going on in the ecclesia is not right, y'all. And people believe that mess. People believe it. You cannot do that. We got to be able to talk, get along, work it out. Period. You got to care for one another, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is. The word is saying, look at them. Who are part of this ministry that's in and out? The Bible says, look at them. As the manner of some is, causes attention to. You looking at as the manner of some is. But it told you to do the opposite. But exhort one another. You should be on your post helping us grow. I should be helping you and you should be helping me. We should be working together as one body. And whatever gift you have, you should be using it. Look at this. You ain't never seen an orange tree eat its own oranges. Because the orange tree oranges is for us. We need the vitamin C from the tree. Whatever gift he gave me is for you, and whatever gifts he gave you is for me. And whatever gifts we have is for them, for us. That the body might grow, that we might come into the unity of the faith. You got a responsibility not to forsake. Now, again, I am teaching something that a lot of people would have to just say, ouch. Because you got folks that are not faithful like that. They come and go as they please. There's no accountability. They don't know what it's like. Some people wasn't raised in a family structure where it was structured like that. But the word will teach you the necessity. Come on, somebody. The necessity of us coming together because you, look at this. But exhorting one another. I need you to exhort me. What if I'd have chimed in and nobody chimed in? I'm just here by myself. What that look like? Is that encouraging to me? I'll preach I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do what I'm called to do. But what does that feel like? That ain't exhorting me. And then for me to then I gotta come to tell the truth. You got to really love Yah to listen to me teach. Especially to be a part of the ministry, you gotta love him. Because other than that, you ain't nowhere in the world you listen to. You rather listen to somebody say yeah. And march around it 7 times and claim it. And claim it and name it. Because God is going to... Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is. Listen, as the manner of some is. But exhorting one another, encouraging one another, lifting one another up. How can you do it and you gone? You absent. But exhorting one another, and so much the more. As you see the day approaching, let's talk about the so much the more. Hey, they saying you can't buy and sell, y'all. Did you get that? Did you get that memo? And so much the more. As the threat as the system of the anti-Mashiach is revealed. As pressures we need each other more now than ever. What's going on now ain't never happened before. Not across the whole entire four corners of the earth. They ran 100 years ago. They ran a little tester. It went over pretty cool. They killed so many people. But now they back with a feeling. They got the technology. They done ran this joker across with the you can't buy or sell attached to it. Just like Revelation 13 told you. Listen, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some men, but exhorting, encouraging one another, and so much the more. We really need to be in contact with one another. We really need to be praying for one another. We really need to show up and sing that song faithfully. We got a new breed. They'll be here for a couple of days, then they somewhere else for a couple of days, then they over there for a couple of days, and then you can't trust them. You can't depend. Folks can't latch into them. J-Mo, good to see you on. You cannot. You do not expect them to encourage you, to say the encouraging word, because they gonna come up missing. Don't expect them to be on prayer. Don't expect them to sing the song. Don't expect them to give. Don't expect them. You can't expect them to do anything. You can enjoy them for a second when they swing by on their way out. In the front door, out the back door, hit the fence, gone again. You cannot impart nothing in folk like that. Only thing they can do is beguile unstable souls, collect folk. Folks get attached to them, they gone with them. Where you been? Oh, I was with them. Now we fellowshipping with this cult in New York. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Listen. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Y'all chime in, I'll let you know, I'm with another ministry. Y'all chime in and I got a postie. I got a post. I'm spending time with Yah. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together causes accountability. It checks your love. It do. I gotta love y'all in order to faithfully preach 8 times a week. I gotta care about y'all. In order for me to preach 8 times a week when I'm tired and don't feel good and things are not going my way in my personal life, things are not going. You feel me? Y'all hear me sneezing and coughing. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. I need an editor so I can edit out some sneezes. Okay. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, but we got to assemble. It ain't about me. It ain't about my flesh. It ain't about me looking good. Where's my makeup dude at? You know what I mean? It ain't about that. It's about the word. It's about not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. As some folks not coming on. They don't have a haircut. Their nails ain't done. They didn't get their hair done. They ain't coming on. Some folks gone. They somewhere learning some more garbage that the truth God gonna have to try to get out of them again. Folks get offended and they gone. You get to depending on folks. Something go wrong, they out. And will draw you with them if you weak. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is. This is what some people do. But exhorting one another. You owe me. I don't know if y'all do that. Bible said, owe no man nothing but to love him. You owe me. Guess what? And I owe you and I'm paying up too. That's why I'm on, because I'm paying. Yeah, ain't no blood going to be on my hands. I'm paying up. Here I am. Let's talk about it. Let's pray about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get word about it, because we're going through a transformation process. And whatever gift you got, I need it because I want to grow too. I want to continue to learn too. Any historians on here, I need that. And what I got, here it is. I'll give you what y'all gave me. And you need to give me what y'all gave you, and we'll work together as a body. That's why 1 Corinthians 12:7 say the Ruach gives the gifts to profit with all. All of us are profiting. This ain't no one-man show. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is. Some folk, you just can't depend on them. You look like a fool if you try to. I'm gonna tell you something. When someone tell you who they are, believe them. They the one told you. We try to make folks who we want them to be. No, they'll tell you. They'll show you. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is. Some folks is going to do that. But exhorting one, we're supposed to do the opposite. I'm finna go, y'all. The opposite. We're supposed to do the opposite. We're supposed to be exhorting one another, and so much the more. I'm scared to go anywhere. I'm trying to work on my soul salvation with fear and trembling, because it's something to fear and tremble about. It's real out here. And the Most High is not playing. We should be getting better, and we need to learn how to forbear one another, love one another. We don't want to bite and devour one another. You don't want to respond in the flesh. You respond in the flesh if you lay up. So folks can't afford to be in the ecclesia and pretty or handsome. Come on, somebody. You go to the wrong ecclesia, you're going to get screwed good by the deacon, by the pastor. Pastor got you in the back room. The organist, the drummer got his filthy paws on you. Yeah. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. I'm finna go. I was going to teach way more than this, but I got stuck. The Ruach got me right here. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as some folks is. How many of y'all like that? How many of y'all like that? Some of y'all, I get so happy when I see y'all because I'm rooting for you. And then you're gone again. Boy, I tell you. Ain't nothing I can do but keep preaching truth and pray. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is. If you find you somewhere, Preston, good to see you, man. If you find somewhere where the word is there and you're really growing and you know how to keep your zipper up and hide your cleveland, you ain't showing all your cleavage. If you go somewhere and you start covering up and you stop laying around and all that, that's where you need to be. And if it's not here, then you shouldn't be here. I don't know. Did y'all expect me to say that? Let me tell you something. This real talk. If what I teach don't edify you and cause you to grow, you should not be here. Straight up. You need to be somewhere where the word comes and challenges you and causes you to grow in him. You should be being transformed by the renewing of your mind so you can prove what's good, acceptable, and his perfect will. That's real talk. If you find somewhere where you're growing and you're learning and you're changing, that's where you need to be. And you should be faithful. You should be faithful. Period. You can't just come and go as you believe. You can, but you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. Some old Matthew 7:21. Not everyone that says unto me, Adonai, Adonai, shall enter the kingdom. For many shall say unto me in that day, having I prophesied in that name, done many wonderful words, I even cast out devils. Then he gonna break the news to them. I don't even know you. Depart from me, ye that live in sin. You don't do nothing I say. But we gotta obey. Consistency. We gotta obey. Who you playing with? I ain't playing no game. I'm not going to win no popularity contest no time soon. And I ain't trying to either. I'm going to preach the truth until they come get me. Period. Please. I ain't never preached nothing to make a friend. I'm making disciples or ain't nothing going to be made. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Those that are a part of this ministry, because when you chime in, you grow and you're learning. Period. And if you still screwing, still gangster, still pimping, then you ain't getting it from this ministry. I don't preach that. I don't preach, I'm only human. Ain't nobody perfect. And all, obey. Obey what y'all say or die. Obey what he said or die trying. How about that? I'm not sure. But I posted, because Charmaine, I posted. I pray it's still going. Can y'all hear me on the conference? I pray y'all can. Anyway, I'm finna go. I'm finna let y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all go. Yeah, it's time for me to go. But listen, y'all, not forsaking the assembling. Does that mean y'all supposed to be faithful? Huh? Does that mean, or no? Any scholars out there? It says not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Does that mean when we're assembling, if you working or got something you got to do, come on, y'all. But I'm just saying, I'm talking about the spirit of hop around, the spirit of you don't want to be accountable, the spirit of you a man just like me. It's me and God against the world. That spirit. Oh, I need to take a break. Well, show me that break. Show me that. He said, not forsaking the assembly. You say you need a break to seek Yah. Huh? That's an oxymoron. You're all right, Charmaine. We'll keep praying that it straighten out. I'm going to keep teaching. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Listen, I'm finna go, y'all. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Don't do that. Do not forsake. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is. Electronic pool pills is spiritual death to a whole lot of people. You got folks that's not accountable to nobody. they just on their own. Them and God. Me and God against the world. They think that's accepted. They got some church hurt or something, or they ignorant to the word. Highly ignorant too. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another. I'm finna go, y'all. But you're supposed to do the opposite. I'm supposed to, whatever y'all give me, did you know I'm supposed to bring it back to y'all? And exhort y'all? Assembling in person or online with fellow believers, assemblies for the purpose of understanding 100%. J-Mo, there's nothing wrong with, like say if you're a member somewhere and you're not a member here and you chime in and you hear me. What happens sometimes is you might mess around and hear something that's not being taught where you at. And then you might even hear something that might show you that where you at could be teaching wrong. There's a lot of a lot of stuff going on out there. But what should attract a person, period? Because you might listen to me teach. And where you assemble teaches better and you learn more and you feel me? But wherever the word is coming and challenge you and you start really learning the word, establishing a true relationship with the Most High, that's where you should be. And if that happens, you should be faithful there until you prove yourself so faithful that the Most High have them lay hands on you, and he handles that. He'll have the presbytery lay hands on you and anoint you, and then he'll send you to do the same thing. And you won't be self-appointed. You got a whole bunch of people that was raised in church, know a scripture too, got these platforms, and now they self-anoint themselves, and now they talking like they got the word of Yah, like they a leader, when they really should be led. And so, it's so much of that, man. That's why you got to be careful, even chiming around, listening to people. Like, who are you? Where you come from? Who ordained you? What ministry you come up under? All that comes applicable. You got folks that just, self-appointed. They just out there and folks follow them. You know what I mean? Like how we got different singers and different rappers we like. We got a whole array of. You got folks that got like 15 pastors they listen to, and that's their diet. They not accountable to nobody. They don't have to give because they ain't faithful to nothing and nobody. They just all over the place. eating this, eating that, eating that. And that's why they be like weird spiritually. You're like, what is wrong with you? Because no one's raising them in the Ruach. Most High set up a system. He's not the author of confusion. Folks are confused. I'm out of here, y'all. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, encouraging one another. That I'm supposed to love you enough to tell you the truth and encourage you. To stick with Yah, not me, not with man, not with philosophies, but with the word. Folks get spooky. You know what I mean? Where you been? Oh, Yah told me to go to the mountain for a month. You know, and eat garlic and drink a mineral water for a month because I had some questions. Joker, you tripping. Show me that scripture. You can't. I thought the word told you not to forsake the assembling of ourselves together. Oh, he didn't tell you? What did he tell you? Oh, you're weird. Oh, you're in error. Oh, you're tripping. Oh, no, that don't work here. No weird religious spirit work in this ministry at all. And no weird religious spirit can overthrow this ministry. That stuff, it's too much word here for that. Go on with that. Take your 5-pound bag of garlic. Mm-hmm. It don't work here. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves to get period. Show up or blow up. We obey the word 100%. Whenever you have a theological position, it has to line up with the word, or you're spiritually weird. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, like some people are doing. But what we should be doing is loving one another and make sure we're on a straight and narrow path that leads to life. They trying to kill us, okay? And they're doing a doggone good job of it. They're trying to deceive us. And a whole lot of people's deceived. We need to exhort one another, encourage one another that you can make it, you can do it. You can hold on to the Most High no matter what. Ain't no, in the ministry, they smoking, cussing, clubbing, screwing. Man, what is you there for? You get that at the, man, 10 toes down to the ground, Oaktown. Please, you can get that in the street. We need Yah. We need love. We need Him. Religion, get that out of here. We need relationship, exhorting one another, and so much the more. As you see the day approaching, it's approaching fast. Y'all get this? Y'all got that? Okay. Y'all keep this. People get spiritually weird. You have to back up. Yeah. That's above your pay grade. Somebody gets spiritually weird, that's my job. Back up. I'll deal with it. And I like to do it in love. Because if you see somebody overtaking the fall, you with your spiritual restore. I'll deal with it. Keep it similar. Those of you that don't have a place to worship where you're growing and learning, come by and visit. If you like what you hear, we can pray about it. Other than that, if you found somewhere or you're already somewhere, go. Straight up. Go be where you need to be so you can grow and do what the Most High wants you to do in these last and evil days. Because they probably miss you. They should. If you're led by the Ruach. Let's pray. Spirit of the Most High, we love you and thank you for this opportunity to come before you humbly as we know how. Gleaning the truth of your word. That word is truth. Continue to illuminate, quicken your children. Make us alive, for we need you desperately. Forgive us for all sins as we forgive those who sin against us. We need to not avoid one another, forsake assembly, but we need to exhort one another, encourage one another. Everyone a part of Ecclesia, we love you. And we are our brother's keeper, and we need you. and we miss the fellowship and the anointing on your life. Most High, we speak restoration, restore, build up your children, that we may come together according to the leading of your rule, so we can do your last day bidding and encourage one another, and so much the more as we see the day approaching. And we declare that it's so. In the matchless name of Yahushua, we humbly pray. Hallelujah, Yahuwah, and Amen. That was a lesson for this evening. I pray you got something out of it. I pray at least you learned something. Come on, y'all. No church game. No, we don't play that. We don't play that. We don't need religion. We need true relationship. Let's get religion out of here and let's have true relationship. We in this together. Let's exhort one another, not avoid one another, but exhort one another. Is that all right? That was the lesson. Pray you got something out of it. If you did, feel free to, Beverly, you got it already. Push the share button. Hallelujah. I always like to say thank you to those who support the ministry because you help me do my job. You help me do my job. And I love y'all, and that's why I do it. Straight up. I'm trying to encourage you in so much more as we see the day approaching. And the day is approaching super fast. But I thank y'all that support me back, support the ministry, because it helps me do what I do. If you're a beneficiary of this ministry, and the Most High got you here, and he's leading you to be a supporter, it's my job to tell you how. You got the Cash App, put in $ donate to Derrick. That's $ donate the number 2, DERRICK, or you can go to PayPal, paypal.me/Derrick Yisrael, DERRICK, YISRAEL. Or you can go inside of Facebook, inside a messenger, and there's a giving button inside of there. But I thank y'all even for the support. Y'all continue to pray for me as I pray for you. Always a pleasure. Yada, Cole, Brock, Brew Q, Miss Maka, Aki. Yeah, I'm about to get ready to get out of here. I love y'all. Thanks for posting that, Brianna. You be Baruch, young lady. Thank you, even for the support coming from you. Y'all be Baruch and Barak Shalom. I'm gone.